Hello there. Happy Mother's Day. And to all the people out there that are mothers or mothers and fathers or fathers and mothers, happy day. I was just thinking about today and I thought, wow, another Mother's Day rolls around. Are you buying something for yourself to celebrate Mother's Day? Are you buying something for your mother to celebrate Mother's Day? You know, if your mother is in this dimension, even if you just give her a call and talk to her about, the wonderful things that are happening in your world, or talk to her about anything. Remember, mothers, well, without mothers, we wouldn't be here. So there gets to be, no matter what kind of mother you had, a little bit of gratitude for her choosing you and you choosing her to bring you into this dimensional world. I was just thinking about that, and I always thought, for some reason, I think flowers on Mother's Day. So I went and bought myself a Mother's Day gift of flowers, and it's on my patio in the front of my home. And I love them. Maybe I'll take a picture of them and share it with you. But I also thought of the things that my mother taught me that I don't think anybody else could teach me. I remember when I was, I don't know, 3 maybe. We were in a thunderstorm, and I grew up in Kansas, and there was a thunderstorm, and the noise scared me. I remember being scared, and my mother and we had windows in our living room and a couch in front of the windows, and we actually sat on the couch, and I stood on the couch and she sat, and I looked out the window, and we watched the rain and watched the clouds and we watched the lightning and we listened for the thunder. And first she said, well, that was just God moving the furniture around. And I thought, that was interesting to imagine God and all of God's angels moving the furniture. And I thought, they move their furniture a lot. And then I know, and she says, that's not really how thunder happens, but that's what I like to pretend. And, I had a very active imagination as a child. So I pretended the same thing. And the next time it rained, we actually sat out on our front porch until the wind started coming towards us and blowing the rain in on us. And we watched the rain from there. And it wasn't lightning bad or anything, but there was thunder. And she taught me how to count from the time we saw the lightning, 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. Now, I couldn't hardly count more than 10, but we counted the seconds, and then that would tell us how far the lightning strike was, or the storm was, away from us. And that was pretty cool. And I thought, wow, God even has a timer to time how far things are apart. Another thing that my mother taught me was to make flour glue. Sometimes we didn't have Elmer's glue, but we made glue with flour and water and a little salt. So if we wanted to eat it, we could. And we would glue things together and take leaves from the yard or little flower petals and glue them and make a little collage. And I said, well, doesn't that hurt the plant? She would say, well, you pick that up off the ground, and that way the plant is done with it and is sharing it with you. And then we would paste them all together and make a little nature collage. And every once in a while we would find a feather, and that was a real treat to paste on our nature collage. And she helped me pay attention to what's going on out in nature. She also helped me when I was not feeling well. And I've discovered as an adult that sometimes when I feel sick or ill or something, that was the time when I got my mother's undivided attention. So that kind of followed me around when maybe on a subconscious level, I feel like I need a little more attention in the world, that I would create some kind of sickness or accident, which I know my logical brain says that's ridiculous. But those subconscious thoughts are still the programming that our mothers gave us. So, just think about that energy as it's coming through, and think about those wonderful things that your mother taught you. Now, I know some of you may be thinking, well, my mother didn't teach me anything wonderful, but you're here and you're aware of those things that your mother did teach you in one way, shape, or form or another. She may have taught you that the world is not a safe place, and that carries you into your adult life. So now you get to decide what is safe and what is not. And you're the one that's in charge. She may have taught you, I can remember my mother teaching me how to sweep the floor because I was sweeping it in an awkward fashion. And she came in and said, now she was probably a little assertive when she was doing it because we were four little kids, and she taught me how to move the broom to sweep the floor. And I still, whenever I think about sweeping the floor, I think of my mom or my dad. My dad taught us that too. And she taught me so many little things. I can remember my mother teaching me, I was probably 2, how to button. How to take fabric, and there's a little hole and there's a button that goes into it, and how to take that button and push it through that fabric, and it would hold your shirt closed. And I can remember my mother ever so patiently helping my little fingers to go into the buttons. Now, there was 4 of us little kids within 5 years. I mean, my oldest brother's 5 years older, then 4 years older, then my sister's 2 years older, and then me. My little brother's 8 years behind me, so she had a little more time and a little more space. But for us, so just to have her teach us that me, to sit down with me and teach me how to put the buttons through the hole, or how to put the loop of the thread through the hole on my doll's dresses. She taught me how to embroider. And I know after I walked in, I stopped doing embroidery. But she taught me that, and I found out that when she was pregnant with me, she made these 2 embroidered pictures of quail. And they're beautiful. Somewhere in my house, I still have them. But from that space when she was pregnant, she had 3 toddlers at home, but she still found time to, after the kids went to sleep, I'm sure, to embroider. And to me, that probably instilled within me that love of handiwork or embroidery work. I don't really do it much anymore. However, I still appreciate it and I watch it. So, on this Mother's Day, think of all the wonderful things that your mother has taught you. What a great thought. Anyway, happy Mother's Day. I will see you all later. Namaste, y'all. See you tomorrow morning on the Monday Meditation. Namaste, y'all. Namaste.